I love watching day in the life videos. I find them so fascinating. But something that always bothers me is they seem so unrealistic. And granted, in the past, I feel like I have even done that in my day in the life videos where it just comes together perfectly. I find myself buying Starbucks for breakfast and sushi for lunch. And honestly, that's just not really realistic. So come with me and my dog as we realistically show you a day in the life video of a 26-year-old living in Los Angeles who, you guessed it, is an artist and has part time employment. It's taken me 3 years, but I feel like I have definitely perfected my morning routine to just give me the best start to my day. And what better way than to get up, get moving immediately by taking my dog for a walk? And that's not just me saying it, there's actually scientific evidence behind this. Going on a walk first thing in the morning actually helps set your circadian rhythm so you can get better sleep, boosts your mentality, and lowers anxiety and stress, and is a great way to automatically burn fat right at the start of your day. So, if you're looking to improve yourself this year, I highly recommend starting your day with a 20-minute walk. Once we are back inside, it is time to do some training with my dog. Here, we're just running through some of his basic tricks and also some heel work, working on that rear end awareness and his stays. For his breakfast, he eats a cup of food, and I like to incorporate this into our morning training session. After trick training, I love to work on his service dog tasks with him. He's got these so solidly, but training never stops for service dogs, and it's always a good idea to keep practicing. And as you can see, they bring him so much joy, which is another reason why I love doing these with him. It was in college where I learned about psychiatric service dogs, and oh my goodness, it was probably one of the best decisions that I made for myself, training my dog to support me in this way. And living in the real world is so much more possible because of him. Whatever he didn't eat during training goes in his bowl, along with a plaque control chew from Paw Tree. It's seriously done wonders on his teeth. In addition to getting up and moving, I find resetting my space gives me such a mood boost and gets me ready for my day. And if you have a German Shepherd like myself, I know that you are using that vacuum every single day. The next step in my perfect morning routine is grabbing a cup of dandelion tea and sitting out on my balcony, soaking in the vitamin D from the sun. Now, I know drinking dandelion tea might sound weird, but trust me on this because it has tons of health benefits. It's rich in antioxidants, supports your liver, and is actually an anti-inflammatory, just like this vibration plate is. I don't know why, but I've always wanted to enjoy avocados, and up until 2 years ago, I didn't. So it's definitely a new acquired taste that I've gotten, but I absolutely love these Wholly avocado packets and totally recommend them. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I am actually an artist. I've been drawing since I was a kid and actually have a degree in art. My commissions mainly comprise of drawing pets and their people, which I absolutely love doing. I've been doing this for years and it's one of my favorite things to do. Which is funny because I had several college professors tell me that I should just stop drawing dogs because you can't make a living drawing dogs. And yes, it's not paying my bills entirely, but it has been a huge help while I'm in between full-time employment. And if you're interested in getting a drawing of you and your pup, comment below and I will reach out. And if you don't have a dog, that's okay. I also draw cats, horses, reptiles, you name it, I can probably draw it. To wrap up my perfect morning routine, I take my dog for another walk. I call this the perfect morning routine because it's the routine that sets me up for success and makes me feel so good and ready to start my day. My current part-time role is also working as an artist, and it's a remote position, so I just head down to my art studio to get to work. When I opened my computer, though, Facebook was left open, and oh my goodness, look at my baby boy 4 years ago. He was the cutest little puppy. I can't share any of the artwork that I'm working on, but I can share with you that I'm using Adobe Illustrator to do so. I don't know about you guys, but my ADHD brain works so much better when I have background noise like a television show on while I work. Right now, I'm watching The Rookie. After putting in 2 hours, I like to take my dog for another walk/sniff breaks so he can get some energy out, and then I come back inside and I'm putting away the dishes that I did this morning. And what better way to start my afternoon than a Starbucks at home coffee pick-me-up? And of course, Bolt deserves a pup cup for him being awesome. I think it was 2 Walmart runs ago that I discovered these smashed burgers. And if you're looking for a real ingredient, easy cook lunch, definitely recommend. I'm seasoning it with this seasoning from the Big Texan, a steakhouse in Texas. Also highly recommend paying them a visit if you're ever in Texas. And if you're up for it, they have a 72-ounce steak challenge. I gotta shout myself out because usually I forget that I'm vlogging at this point and don't make it this far in the day. And if you are still here watching, thank you. I feel like we need to do an activity, so I am actually going to run to the post office where I have a package to ship. I am sending off my mom's old phone to my best friend whose phone randomly stopped working and she is phoneless now, so we need to fix that. This phone has just been sitting in a drawer, so I figured it could actually go to good use. And after struggling with this priority mailbox, I actually learned that phones cannot be shipped via priority mail because of the lithium battery. So I had to rebox it into a ground box and ship it that way. Luckily, the post office worker was so sweet and did not make me wait in line a second time because the line was even longer than the first time of standing in line. The total of shipping and the box came to $20, and that is the only money I spent today. Bolt was literally the best boy, and I know that he loves going on these outings and appreciates getting out of the house so much. Now, I'm not sure who needs this more, me or him, but before we hit back to the computer, I want to take him to the park to play and get some energy out and just enjoy the nice weather that we're having this afternoon. Now, even though we live in Southern California, the mornings have been actually pretty chilly. I appreciate the cold weather. I love getting a hot cocoa and using blankets and warm things and just staying cozy, but I'm definitely one who prefers the sun and staying warm. I grew up in the Midwest, so I have definitely done my time with the cold, and I am so over it. We didn't stay as long as I wanted to at the park because there were some kids playing baseball, and while yes, they were using practice balls, I still did not want to get hit by those. So we ended up leaving and just continuing on a walk. Which, what walk would be complete without your dog randomly having to decide to go poop and you need to head back to get a poop bag unexpectedly? The closest bag dispenser was back at the park in our neighborhood, so I put him in a downstay while I grabbed a bag so he was not over by the baseball practice. And who doesn't love the opportunity to practice a downstay? Once we got back onto the bike path, I was literally cracking up because he took me right to the spot where he pooped and stood by it so I would know exactly where to go. And now that that is all taken care of, it is time that we head home because I do need to put more hours in on my part-time job. So it's back to the drawing board, quite literally. I put in another 2 hours of work before wrapping up for the day. And if you guessed that we would be going on another walk, well, you are more than correct. And if you are still here, thank you so much for staying this long. I don't normally do these kind of all-day vlogs, but I wanted to challenge myself to do a realistic day in the life of challenge. And so far, we are going strong. So thank you so much for your support and staying through this and watching the video. We're going to start our evening routine and get Bolt his dinner because as you can see, he is a very hungry man. He is currently eating Koa Bland Diet chicken with brown rice and pumpkin. He is loving this, and I love how his coat is shining with it. I'm also going in with a scoop and a half of Myos, joint and muscle support. He gets 2.5 cups for dinner and then another half cup later. And what meal would be complete without a burp? It's important for me that he is settled and down for the evening before I start any of my evening routine because I want to make sure that his needs are met before I do anything for myself, which tonight involves doing a full body shower. I feel like every year I pick a new thing to become obsessed with and try to find the perfect option for myself. At first it was skincare, then hair care. I feel like this year I'm definitely becoming more aware of what foods I'm eating. So that's our new journey that we're on, but I definitely feel like I've locked in a good hair care routine and a good skincare routine. I've noticed such a big change in using these products versus other things that didn't really work as well for myself, which I think going on that path to finding out what products really work for you and your body is such a self-love journey because you're investing the time and effort into yourself, and that's so important. Now, like I mentioned, I am going on a food journey this year. So tonight's dinner is going to be chicken, cilantro, and green pepper. And I'm also going to have some creme brulee. You can get them from Aldi in these little dishes, and they are so good. Bolt is just hanging out in his crate the rest of the evening pretty much. I keep him in here for 4 hours. I know the recommended is 2, but I'm a little paranoid about bloat, so he stays in for a little bit longer. My friends and I love to refer to this as digestion station. Over the past 8 months, my best friend and I have been watching all of the Disney movies, live action and animated, in order of their release date. So we are going to be moving on with this tonight. Our first movie that we're watching is The Princess Diaries 2. We are already up to 2004 and we started this in July. Now, granted, Disney Plus is missing a lot of movies, actually. We've actually found over 350 movies that they do not have in their Disney Plus collection. So we have not seen all of the Disney movies ever made because of this. We usually average about 2 a night, so here we're taking our little intermission before getting started on The Incredibles next. And as much of a Disney fan as I am, I was shocked at the amount of movies that I actually never seen that Disney made. It's time to start our getting ready for bed process, and you guessed it again, we are going outside for Bolt's last out. This is not really a walk. He typically just pees on one of the bushes outside of my house. He doesn't like doing anything very long. He just kind of wants to go to bed at this point. Now it's time to jump into bed for the night and get some puppy snuggles to wrap out the day. If you are still watching, thank you so much for being here and showing your support. If you want to see more vlogs like this, please comment below and I will do my best to integrate them into my channel more often. Bye, guys.